Welcome into our daily show. You can pull that as close as you want. There's a lot of line to that. 928, little bit of change, and coming down the pipeline in just a couple of days. We are almost here. The Halloween Parade, my friends. How are we doing today?
Good, yourself?
We're doing great. Thanks for having us.
Steve and Greg are in the studio, and that means it's time to talk. How 126 this year?
No, 107.
Oh, 107. What did I get 126 at?
I have no idea.
I'm just testing you.
I'm just testing you. You're a little ahead of the time.
106 this year, and just excited again. 107 this year. Sorry, Steve. 107 this year, and I'm really excited about it because every time it's just great to see the community come together and just being a part of the parade to see the sights and sounds and really how all of the floats and participants evolve each and every year. Because you'll get folks that have been there for years, and it changes each and every year, and it makes it fun and exciting. Plus, the families go into their traditional spots too.
Absolutely, and it's really hard to believe. The year has gone by. It seems like yesterday when we were here talking about it last year.
Yeah.
So this is the 107th, and you're right. I mean, it's every single time you go down there and see the parade, something new is always down there.
Well, and honestly, what's the association looking like right now just ahead of the parade? Is it one of those things where you're just looking at the eye of the storm and you're ready to tackle it? Or is it such a machine at this point that it's just, a normal Monday a couple of weeks out?
Well, we start actually back in July. When we start planning it, we actually have meetings in March. In September, not March.
March is for the Memorial Day Parade.
Memorial Day Parade.
September for
it's
Halloween.
A long Monday.
Yeah,
it's a long Monday.
Lots of parades.
But we actually start meeting on a regular basis in early September. And we've had a great committee. We've had it for years, and everyone pretty well knows what their job is. And so all we really have to do is get the applications out and put them together, and everyone knows just exactly who to call and what to do, and it runs like a machine.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we were talking, Steve, the other day in the office, and I heard that, Greg, you are now looking to man the fort here next year.
Attempt to.
And honestly, what is your kind of thought about that? Because to me, I always think a little bit deeper about it because it's such a historic parade, and there's so many lineages behind it and so many traditions. It's got to be a really great feeling, to kind of have that responsibility with East End, behind you too.
Absolutely, but like Steve said, it's a pretty well-oiled machine right now. Our communications are primarily through email. Alton Halloween Parade at gmail.com is our email address if anybody's interested in reaching out and asking about questions on entry to the parade. But like Steve said, we've got a great group of people forming a committee, and it's things progress and it happens.
Have you given them good pointers yet, Steve?
Oh, gosh.
I'm not going to say a word.
And I don't think Steve's ever going to back out of this totally. No, that's not in his nature.
No. I that's what I was thinking about whenever we were talking on the other day. I thought, there's no way, Steve, you're going to be a part of it still.
I'm going to be part of it. It's fun. I mean, I look forward to it every year.
How long have you been with the parade now? 88, you said?
Well, since around 88.
Wow. It's incredible.
Now, I haven't been chairman on it since 88, but I've worked it. I don't think I've seen a full parade since 1988 because I've been working it back in staging, but it's fun.
That's really cool. Well, and we have a couple of important dates coming down the pipeline, too, that I know that it's probably good to get the word out on, and that's that participant meeting, correct?
That's right. That's going to be this next Thursday, not this. It's October 24th, 7 p.m. at the Alton Moose is going to be the participants' safety meeting, where we'll discuss the route and staging lineup and where drop-off is and what to expect within the parade.
Absolutely. And this is it's mandatory, correct, for the participants?
Yes.
Well, and how many do you have this year?
We're close to the mid-45. So last year we had about 37, so it's gotten bigger. I'll say there's probably going to be a few more Jeeps. There's always lots of Jeeps, which people enjoy.
Those things got crazy last year with how they're decorating them. That is pretty innovative with the light system and the inflatables in it. That was cool.
Yeah. We're going to have some horses this year, too.
Now, how do you account for the horses? I've always been curious because I think this is going to be a great addition. Now, what type of horses are we talking here?
Oh, it's 2 entries with horses. I don't know the details on the type of horses, but I believe they'll be taking care of themselves, actually. There's a truck running behind the horses from that group.
That's really interesting. You know, I've always been I'm fascinated by live animals because no one talks about that whenever they talk, you know, production. Because with 45 participants, plus you have horses a part of it, there's a lot of things that the entire association plus volunteers are, you know, having to keep their eye out on. And what do you look for whenever we're talking about parade flow? Is there a formula that you guys have for that to make sure everything's going smoothly, or?
We do have a East End members, committee members within each section of the parade, and that try to keep the parade flowing. We do have radio cars from Lewis and Clark that are within each section that we can communicate with and try to give guidance to speed up or slow down. So I think just to keep the flow of the parade is the key to a successful parade.
And honestly, last year it flew by really in a great pace, and it was cold last year.
It was cold last year. It was cold last year. And, you know, there are some spots where it gets a little skinny, so the floats have to slow down and watch for safety purposes. But Greg is right. I mean, we have marshals in each section, and we try to keep it going as fast as we can.
Well, another thing
or as smooth as we can.
Well, and you guys really do that well, because that's not an easy feat. Whenever you have thousands of people on both sides of the street and then 45 participants and numerous vehicles that are a part of those 45 participants too.
Yeah.
Well, and one thing I always think is amazing is the newbies that are a part of the parade. What I'm meaning by that is the ones that haven't taken into account that you can't throw out all of your candy before you get past Wally Burger, you know?
That always happens.
We always get the question asked at the participants meeting, how much candy do you buy? And
As much as you can afford.
As much as you can afford. Yeah, that's a hard question to answer, because a lot of floats have kids and they're just tossing all the time.
Right.
And usually, you know, they get done early, but you know, that's part of the parade.
Well, and another thing, speaking of just some of the participants, my favorite part of the parade has become this poster, because it really means a lot for that student that gets selected, because that poster is featured in a lot of places that thousands of people are looking at, and that's
Absolutely.
a great resume builder for college to add your portfolio. And do we have a winner this year?
We do have a winner, and first of all, let me mention the graphic arts department out at Alton High. They've been making the posters for us for 20 plus years. We do have a winner. His name is Reese, and I will apologize if I mispronounce this last name, Hafferteddy. Did a great job, and we're getting them printed, and we'll have them handed out here pretty shortly.
How many entries did you all have this year to go through? Do you know?
Oh, there were around 25.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, and then Alexa Browning is the teacher, correct? That's part
Correct.
of that? I just think that's really just such a wonderful part of the whole parade, too, because, you know, we always get excited about the 2 hours of fun that, you know, are around us there for the parade, you know, give or take. But the build-up for it is what I think is really exciting, too, when you have those meetings and you're seeing the kind of the gears and that machine starting to work, and then the community involvement in it's huge, too. And coming up, too, on the Halloween parade is one of everyone's favorites, and that's the Rolling Nobles, correct? Are they going to be back this
They'll
year?
be back.
There you go. Okay.
They have a standing invitation.
There you go. What time's the parade start this year? Same time?
Same time, 7 o'clock at the intersection of Washington and Broadway.
And it's on Halloween.
It's on October 31st, Halloween night.
I always have to tell people that, because I always ask, they go, when's the parade? It's on Halloween.
Yeah,
it is
it's
actually on Halloween.
It is.
And the theme is Halloween.
Well, you know,
That's right. We get that question a lot.
one of my favorite stories about the parade is whenever, maybe it was Dr. Bess, someone had a Chucky doll that was paper mache that was like 8 feet. It was huge. And I was so enamored with it, I had to have a Chucky doll at 7 years old. So I made my parents go and find me a Chucky doll on Halloween night after the parade. And I got one, and I hung it up on my sister's door frame, so when she opened the door, he was dangling by his neck right in front of her. Well, you know, and, as we're getting into the thick of this, too, RiverBender will be bringing you that coverage, too, and Joe will be with me again.
Yes.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
We have fun.
Yes.
Well, and it's really cool, too, to see, the folks that tune in because, for some, it's maybe a little bit easier to watch at home for mobility issues or what have you, and just a way to bring a great parade to everybody, really. It's great.
Oh, absolutely. You guys do a great job on that.
Well, and thanks for letting us do it, too.
We
Riverbender
appreciate it
being
very
there.
much.
Now, judges this year, do we know all of them yet, or are we still in the final process of getting
We're
judges?
in the final process.
How do you pick judges? Never asked that.
Spouses?
A lot of spouses, some volunteers, some East End members, and we actually had an actual judge, retired judge last year. So not going to be able to do it this year, but hopefully in the future. So we're always looking for judges.
I wondered why no one argued last year with Lisa. You guys got a moment to stick around.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break here at 9:38. Little bit of change. More of the Alton Halloween Parade preview right after this on this 14th day of October on Roku TV and RiverBender.com.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back. A little bit of change on this Monday morning. Starting to get the cobwebs out, you know. I've been staying at home more, Steve, and I think that's the problem. You know, I'm getting into retirement mode already.
Not quite yet.
Not yet.
You're not there yet.
I got about 80 years left to go, I think. You know, the big thing, obviously, when we're talking about the parade is the safety aspect of it. Because, you know, every year, and I'm not, you know, playing gotcha to anybody, but you see, you know, maybe some kids get a little bit too excited sometimes and want to grab all the candy and toys they can and maybe run a little bit too close to the street. What are some of the best safety tips that we can give the folks just to kind of keep everybody a little bit safer as the parade gets closer?
Yeah, I think mainly keep the kids away from the center of the street, obviously, but try to keep them close to the edge. We guide the participants to toss the candy, not into the people. And we guide that they should not use suckers as well for that purpose.
I never thought about that until you brought it up last year.
Yes.
It made so much sense.
Right, that could be scary. But yeah, we try to have them thrown at their feet, the candy thrown at the kids' feet, and just keep them close to the edge of the street as much as possible. We do have wheel walkers on each of the axles of the truck or the floats that are that are in the parade, and their job is to make sure nobody potentially gets near that tire and that wheel. So we've got multiple levels of safety, I think. But as Steve said earlier, some of the streets get very narrow. And right around the wedge area, please stand back.
Absolutely. And then I see people with, now, I don't know when it's, so maybe it's always been that way, but with burning barrels and fire pits, is that something that's okay to do?
I'll leave that up to the city.
Okay.
It's not us.
Not being funny about it, but I saw that and I went, well, it's smart, but is that the safest thing to kind of be doing around, 1,000 people?
Yeah, we don't mention that at all.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people that have their same spots every year. But that's the reason why we have the participants meeting, which is always the Thursday before the parade. Mm-hmm. And we give the lineups where people are going to be located within the parade. But also go over the safety factors. As Greg mentioned, the wheel walkers are very important. We require each participant to have volunteers that will be on each axle. So if you have a trailer, you're going to have 6 wheel walkers on the vehicle and then 1 on the trailer, 1 on each wheel. So that's a very important that we have, and then of course throwing the candy out. But that's what we talk about when we go to the participants meeting.
What?
Along your point of the fire, though, we do actually request that they have a fire extinguisher on the trailers or within the floats, too. So maybe at some point, if a fire gets out of control and the onlookers, somebody in the parade can help out.
Right. Well, and honestly, that's just a good thing if you're bringing one anyway, and it is allowed.
Yes.
A fire extinguisher is probably definitely the smartest way to go on that. Well, another thing, when do they start closing the road for the parade? Just for the folks that are commuting that might not take that into consideration when they're trying to get where they need to go.
When we're staging, we stage between Main and Washington on Broadway. Main and Broadway is closed at 5 o'clock, and Washington and Broadway is closed at 5 o'clock. So we actually close Broadway from Main and Washington at 5 o'clock. And then the road, basically, you can still get across the bridge and go down the street. But as the parade goes, the police block that off.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Well, and see, that's what I think's great about it. It's just such a streamlined event because, not a lot of organizers can really have it to where you're really having it that interchanged where, right when you're starting to stage, that's when those processes start to take into effect. And then right when you're done, it's going back to normal very quickly.
Yes,
It goes back, and this is a good time to mention the marshals.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because this year we're doing something a little bit different. We are honoring first responders, the police department, the Alton Police Department, and the Alton Fire Department.
Really cool.
And they'll be both represented by their chiefs, Chief Ford and Chief Jameson. And so, it's quite an honor to have them as
Well, and honestly, just because we have a little, we're watching it all the time. They've had a very busy year, and a very busy couple of years. And the stuff that they're doing at the police department with, really growing within, and really some of the, the mental health side of things for both the officer and folks alike, and what the fire department's doing, to recognize that's a great thing to do. Really is. And are the chiefs excited? Or are they going to be monitoring while they're marshaling?
Oh, well, I'll leave that up to them. But the police department does a great job every year.
Absolutely, we coordinate very closely
and they're
with them.
there. That's part of the safety. As you walk down the parade, you have police officers throughout. And they do absolutely a fantastic job. And the fire department. Where would we be without the fire department? So
100%.
Yeah, we have a representation of the Alton Police Department on our committee as well. So
that's really cool.
very well connected with them.
Really cool. And now, whenever we're talking staging, what's the setup point? What's the drop-off point? What's the safest way to do this? And just what are the rules? Because I think sometimes, just when I've witnessed it, there's some confusion that happens every year. And just to keep everyone up to date.
I like to describe it as organized confusion or organized chaos, basically, but not really. We have it marked what section we have, section A through F. And we have signs within the staging area, which is, of course, between Main and Broadway. Main and Washington on Broadway. You can only get, as far as participant goes, you can only get in the parade at Main and Broadway. So you cannot come in at Washington and Broadway. You have to come in to the parade staging area at Main and Broadway. We do have a drop-off spot at the Alton Police Department on Washington where parents can drop their children there. And then we have golf carts that can take them back to their cart or back to their float. We do require, if you are a parent and dropping off a child that's younger than 12 years old, someone from that organization must be at the police department to receive those kids.
Right. That makes sense. Well, and that's just, you have to have that anymore.
Right.
That's
You
great.
have to have that.
Yeah. And, getting back into this too, what I think is great is just the wide range of organizations that you guys have out there. I mean, you guys pretty much have the gauntlet of any industry, nonprofit, neighborhood, household,
Yep,
it's just amazing. And what do you attribute that to? I mean, because not a lot of parades really have the problem you guys have, which is the amount of participants in a good way. Because this is, you look sometimes and it gets pretty light and maybe the same folks each year, but it seems like it really does grow and it's just really a unique formula.
I think because it's been around for 107 years.
Yeah.
And people have seen what the product is and they want to participate. So, we've got the senior youth, junior youth, family organizations, and commercials, and each section gets equally filled up. So,
absolutely. And
if you build it, they will come.
That's right. Steve, what are your thoughts, man?
I think Greg hit it on the nose. Since 1916, we've had this parade, and it's gotten to be a community event. And it's fun to do. It's expected within the community, and it's one of the best things I've been involved in.
And that's what I just think is great too. Is just seeing the kind of the passing of the torch in a way, and Greg taking over as the chairman, but also just the legacy that all those other board members and East End Improvement Association members have had with their families, and the legacy that they've had with the parade too. I'm sure there's so many stories like that. Am I kind of onto something there with that? Because it just seems like that kind of generational organization.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just
absolutely.
Incredible. Well, and coming down the pipeline too is as we're getting in just to the kind of final moments of this conversation at 9:50 this morning, just getting into some of the parades. Are there any or the floats? Are there anything that a float can't have? Because I know, that flame last year could have warmed up the ice caps out there. That could have been really it, and it was much needed when it was 32 degrees. But is there anything that you guys always say don't do?
There is a height restriction, obviously, for any overhead power lines and such.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's really the only major constraint. Just a lot of guidelines and focused on safety, I would say.
Really cool. Now, what do you think they're going to come up with this year? Because I don't know how much more creative we can get other than fire getting shot out of dragons and.
You don't know. You won't know until you get there.
Do they ever send you previews of it of what's to come?
We on the application we do request a description of what their float's going to be, so that's the kind of the extent of the insight we have onto what's going to be there.
I wonder what the extended forecast is going to be. Have you taken a look at it? Have you got?
I did take a look at it. It only went through the 28th, but high 70, low at 50, 20% chance of rain. That's my prediction.
Let's hope for the
Yeah,
that would be
It was cold last year. However, if it rains, it snows, the parade's going down the road.
It's like the post office. It doesn't matter what happens. We're getting this done.
If it rains or snows, it just goes a little faster.
Comfort is optional.
And then the same parade route as always, just to make sure that we. When does the parade officially end?
After the last float goes past.
No, on the stop list. Is it on Pysol?
It's on Pysol around 5th or 6th Street.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Really cool, because it's always unique to see the crowd, because there's always like a break point right before the end, and then at the end there's a little bit of a crowd left too. So it's always fascinating to see that. And I'm excited. Joe and I are going to have fun, and I'm excited to see what the judges come up with on their scores. Now, real quick, how do we judge again, just for the folks that maybe don't understand and want a little bit of information ahead of time? How does the judging work?
We've got the 5 different sections within the parade: the senior youth, junior youth, organizations, family, and commercial. And each one of those sections we give away, is it three awards? So first, second, third place, and then we have a best overall, or best in, what do we call it, best in parade award as well.
Really cool. I'm excited. And they don't let me judge because I'm very biased all the time. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by today. I'm excited to see you on Halloween night as we get ready for another great parade, and the 107th Halloween Parade. I got a little bit ahead of myself and a little bit behind myself when we started this conversation. But the cobwebs are out at 9:53, and we're going to have a spooky night all there, Halloween night, and we'll link everything on write-ups on RiverBender.com. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Quick break. We'll come back, wrap up the 9 o'clock hour, and chat for a little bit more right after this.